of intellectual property is changing. For designers, scientists, and engineers, innovation can have widely different meanings, from a novel way to combine carbon atoms into a molecule for the pharmaceutical industry to a control algorithm for an interplanetary spacecraft. Once, the concept of novelty and innovation were simply defined in legal terms, and the methods for protecting innovation were clearly defined. Today, it's more complicated. Not only is the concept of innovation more nuanced, but the very nature of information is also in play. How much of a human genome is patentable? How much of a copywritten algorithm is defensible? Can artificial intelligence be assigned a patent? The stakes have never been higher, and the difficulties in keeping proprietary information away from competitors have never been more challenging. Joining me at the Engineering Roundtable to discuss this timely issue were 4 experts in the field. Take a look. Amit, what do we mean by intellectual property in the context of this conversation?
Yeah, so you're talking about essentially legal protection, right, for ideas that have commercial value. And that's what allows inventors, businesses, creators to own, control, and monetize their invention. So what makes this interesting is that AI is challenging traditional IP categories. So if an AI system helps create a product design or generate new ideas, does that fall under patents, copyright, or something else entirely? And so the boundaries of IP are really shifting. And businesses are learning how to adapt using a layered approach, kind of mixing patents, trademark, and copyright to protect their innovations.
Joe, many a scientist has told me that science isn't about getting the right answers, it's about getting the right questions. It's a world now where AI still requires a human being to initiate the process by asking the right questions. How do you see that fitting in?
It's so prescient because years ago when I first started working with this, I realized that it was all about the right questions. If you have an unlimited amount of information out there, you have to have a basic understanding of what you're interested in order to ask sophisticated enough questions to get the right answer. So if you don't know anything, AI is not going to help you. You have to be an expert in a field, and then the AI can augment that. But that's the real approach. If you can't just say, hey, teach me stuff, it's not going to work that way.
In this kind of AI-based world, is there going to be a machine or a human intermediary that has the light bulb moment that says, wait a minute, we're going down a path that we need to start thinking about protecting it now. We don't know how to do that.
Potentially, at least in the short term, how our firm views AI, it is simply a tool, like Excel, much more sophisticated than Excel, but it's a tool nonetheless that helps us as humans do our job better. And I know there's a lot of hype around AI today, but in the long term, I see AI as continuing to just be part of our portfolio and how we make decisions, because at the end of the day, it really does need to be a human determining whether or not we form a company based on this idea. And that is an extremely complicated problem that I don't see banks or investment firms or SBIR agencies or portfolio managers relying on AI anytime soon to look at investable companies. So,
Jim, can a machine hold a patent?
Well, the rule is that an AI cannot be an inventor in the United States. So that's kind of the short answer. The longer answer is that there's some dispute. Some people have tried to do it, file patent applications where the inventor is listed as an AI, and they've been rejected on the basis of inappropriate inventorship. So I think that it will continue to be an area that is talked about in the legal space, and that we could potentially see changes in the patent law in the future. But as it stands today, an AI cannot be an inventor.